This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void. And this novel it's a good but not great Star Wars novel. It does have many flaws and doesn't explain a lot of the sort of background lore for this era, which is my biggest problem with it since there's just a lot more that feels like it needs to be explained that really isn't explained well. While reading it, it's not super clear how really all these species have managed to get to the world of Tython. It is sort of alluded to that they were taken there, but nothing real specific. And with this being one of the few stories set in this era, it is a little confusing. And honestly, I think that the story really also didn't need to be fully told. It really could have been set in, honestly, any era where it didn't really need to be set during this time period. The story itself is fine. Nothing really against it, but it does also have some odd inconsistencies with the ability for the Jedi, as they're known at this era, to be able to fully communicate through the Force. While it's been said in a lot of other Star Wars novels that would have been released before this, that the only way to communicate through the Force is to give slight emotions and more of a feeling to others, and they couldn't directly talk to each other. I remember multiple instances where they talked about that in novels that, again, all would have released before this, since this is one of the last novels to release in the Legends continuity, although it is technically the first. I think there are Dawn of the Jedi comics around this era too. And some other things that I love also is it says Dawn of the Jedi, but I feel like that just titling it that makes it seem like this is going to be the formation of the Jedi Order, and it really isn't. They already existed for over 1,000 years, and with them just kind of being there, it doesn't make too much sense with it being titled that. And even though I didn't know what to be the Jedi Order, I thought that initially while reading it that it will see the Jedi Order transition into the Jedi Order, but really didn't. It is, as I said, the story is fine. There's nothing really I have against it, but there's nothing really special about it. As I said, this really could have been set in any era in a secluded part of the galaxy like Tython would be. Sure, you wouldn't really be able to be sitting around the Jedi Order unless it's a Jedi that's been stranded there without hyperdrive, but yeah, honestly, that's just really it. Nothing too special about it. It's just set, in a pre-hyperspace era, and I think it would be more interesting if they went into the discovery of the hyperdrive in this, or talked about the Jedi's encounter with the Rakata, maybe the Republic, and the formation of that, or really anything else, because, as I said, this story is just generic. Nothing really against it, but there's also really nothing special to it. I mean, even a story that would have explained how the Jedi went from believing that the Force meant equal balance between light and dark to how they believed that the light side is the only side and the dark side should not be used at all. Just would have been more interesting, and I think all these stories easily could have been implemented, but they just went with just the most generic story they could. So yeah, honestly, as I said, nothing really special about it, and I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.